Hey guys, Chris from Flow Brackets. Now today we're working on a G87 M2, but this is a bit different. This has an Adro front bar, and just like the regular M2, there's no spot to mount your number plate. So we've come up with a part, and I'll show you how it works. So being an aftermarket front bar, Adro actually don't give you a plate holder or anything to mount it because there is no flat surface. Not only that, these have a front radar that you need to sort of avoid. So it's really important to be able to fit your number plate in the right spot and ideally not drilling any holes. And this is what this comes into play because this is designed specifically to the bar, and I'll show you how it works. So this is what we're dealing with. We're going to be fitting Victorian slimline number plates. And of course you can't mount it like that, right? So we've come up with a design that is a stick-on only solution. You can drill them if you want, especially if you're running heavy plate, but the idea is simple. With the range of chemicals, we can stick this to the car. That way you don't need to drill holes. But the problem is there's no way to center it, or at least it'll be very, very hard. So we've come up with a jig that locates into a reference point onto the car, which then allows you to stick on the part perfectly center the first time. I'll show you the process. Yep, so before we get into installing, I'd like to introduce to a special guest. This is Benny from Zero Offset. Benny and Zero Offset is the Australian distributor for Adro, so I'm going to show him how to install in the car. So let's get into it. Can't wait, let's do it. So the mounting solution we come with, so these parts come with a big box, right? Yeah. So we've basically redesigned a big box and shrunk it down to something really, really small. And this molds exactly to the bar. Yep. Right. This is stuck on with tape and some chemicals, which I'll explain a bit later. Yep. There's also a second part, which is the alignment tool, because you really don't know where the middle is. But if you have an alignment tool, that will self-center and you can stick it on perfectly. That's sick, right? So first thing, we've got to prep the car. So I'll show you how to do that. Sure. Okay, so the first step is to clean. It's probably already clean, but clean just in case.
Now it's probably worth noting that this car has a ceramic coat on it. So I've gotten Chris and he's gonna buff some stuff out so we have a bit more adhesion here.
So the kit also comes with an alcohol wipe to clean it even more. So when it comes to sticking this on, it's just not like tape that you get from Bunnings.
Yep.
The secret is the primer. The primer is going to increase the bond between the two surfaces.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we'll line up where the part would go. So use this jig, line it up, hold it there, and then we'll get some masking tape and mask off the section so we don't over prime.
Okay.
So that's it.
I'll hold this one. All right. So these two pins line up to the outer edges there, right?
That's right, yeah.
So,
and then it should fit really snug. Put that on.
Beautiful.
Jig off.
That one.
So I'll hold that for you temporarily. Yep. You can mask around it.
Okay.
If you really want, you can take off a little bit of the double-sided tape just so it tacks on temporarily.
It's like I've done this before. There you go. And we won't need to go above that line.
Yeah, you tape it just in.
You reckon?
Yeah. It doesn't actually go all the way to the top because otherwise you'll see the tape. You happy with that?
Happy.
So when it comes to sticking on, one very important thing is tape. No matter if with or without primer, it won't stick to a ceramic coated car, which this is. So I actually learned this off Benny. If your car is ceramic coated, you can use a cutting compound just to cut back the ceramic coating, or you can use a polish with a small cut to it.
Yeah. Something that's very fine because the ceramic coat usually, because this one's very fresh, the coating is still hasn't set properly. Right. So it's very easy to wipe off. Okay. Whereas like if something has been set and baked for a long time, then a cutting compound is probably necessary, just so that you bring it back to a adhesive surface, like a tacky surface. Okay. So I think that should be just fine.
A bit of this on a towel and rub?
And just rub.
And it'll clean it up.
Yeah. Okay. But for other cars on larger surfaces, you probably want to use a good buff pad with a machine buffer. So something that will actually take off that coating. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So a good way to check at home is if you tack a piece of paint safe tape and it sticks nicely, like you can actually pull it off and it has a lot of tack, it means there's probably nothing left on that surface. So 3M would be perfect. Whereas something that's coated like this large area here, this doesn't tack anymore. Even if I rub it down, it just falls off. So that's a good indication of how adhesive something actually is. So this is ready to go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So now, time to prime. Everything's clean, it's still masked off. You want to use the primer and apply it to where it's going to attach to the plinth, or have that masked off. So the way you use it is, if you look inside, it's a plastic tube with a glass vial in it.
Yep.
Squeeze it, it cracks, and it'll leak through to the cotton tip, and you just apply it to the car.
Wow. Okay, cool. Do I crack it in here?
Yeah. Just squeeze it, you hear it.
Okay, crack it like this. Hey. Oh, yep, there we go.
And you see it leak down. So face it downwards, and it'll drip. It'll fill up the cotton tip.
Oh, yep,
Just apply it generously. So the primer is all done now. You can probably take all the tape off, and then we'll stick on the alignment tool temporarily, so we can stick on our plinth.
Okay, perfect. So tape off.
Yep.
All good? Just like that? All right, but temper. It's on for a little bit.
The plinth, we've already primed it already, so all you gotta do is peel off the tape.
Okay, yeah.
Backing tape, and then stick it on.
Oh, fantastic. Give me the hard part.
Okay, now to stick it on straight, rest it on the part. Don't go up, just rest it on and slide it in. Yeah. Okay. Now push in and upwards.
Yep.
Yeah, and hold that for about overnight if you can. So the plinth's on.
Yep.
Now all you gotta do is just take off the alignment tool.
I've got a dumb question for you.
Yeah.
To take this off, now that it's double-sided tape, what's the best way to do it without scratching the paint?
Okay. So to take it off, all you gotta do is don't pull down. If you pull down, the legs are gonna scratch the top.
Yeah.
And don't force it. If you just hold tension forward, the tape will slowly release from the bar and just come off.
I'm gonna let you do this one.
Yeah, sure. You see how the tape is just slowly stretching?
Yeah.
And it'll just pop off. See that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just stretch it and it will just release.
Ah, very nice.
So we've got the plinth on. So now you got to choose a bracket because you need something for the plate to mount to.
Yep.
So if we're going to install your signature plates, you just grab your signature plate which you already own. In the correct size, and that bolts on. Now, if you're running a normal height plate, let's call it about 100. You can take this off.
Oh, okay.
So your plates are closer to the car. But if you're running a tall plate, like a JDM or a standard plate, it's going to hit the nose of the car. So you need the spacer to clear it. So ideally, if you're getting a new car, try and get something very slim, about 100 tall, which is about any of these. If you're going to go for a tall plate, it needs to be quite a bit high to clear the radar if you have it. So now we've got your original signature bracket. So that can just go straight on. You just got to, depends if you want to keep the spacer or take it off, depending how close you want it.
I reckon let's keep it on.
And then just use the bolt that comes with the kit and bolt it up.
Oh, nice.
So all that's left to do is to clip on your plates. So if you remember your signature plates, the top hook goes into the frame. And the bottom you squeeze and it clicks in and then tighten it on the bottom. Slide in, up, slide the bottom in.
Oh, I think I'm in.
And then squeeze.
That's it.
Center it and then tighten.
I reckon that looks sick.
Pretty easy to do.
You're gonna hate me. Question.
Yeah.
What if I want us to take it off and adjust the height?
Okay. That's actually a really good question because it's secured in two ways. It's got a screw in the bottom. And the clips. So the first thing you're gonna do is back up the screws. And then in the box, you put the Allen key, but you also have a pry tool that comes with it. So what you do is you get your pry tool or like a screwdriver.
Yep.
You slip it in inside the bottom mount and you just pry it and it pops off. And that's how you get a nice clean install on the Adro M2 front bumper. Just remember, you do need 2 parts. You need the plinth to suit the car and a bracket to suit the plate, and together you get a mounting solution like this.
Perfect.
How was the install? What do you think?
So easy, so easy. I think if you guys are after Adro, definitely visit our website. And if you need a plating solution for it, this is the way to go.
On to the next car. Thanks, bye.